Hey fam, how's it going? Speed Duel Bro here, and in today's video we have Magical GEARTOWN. Let's get right to it. For the skill card we have middle-aged mechs. For monster lineup we have 3 Toon Ancient Gear Golem, 3 Ancient Gear Knight, and 3 Ancient Gear Beast. For spells we have 3 GEARTOWN, 1 Ancient Gear Castle, 2 Double Cyclone, and 2 Night Beam. And then to finish the deck off, we have 3 Magical Hats. How to win / strategies. Now, before we go over the game plan, fam, let's review a few cards. And let's start with the skill card, Middle-Aged Mechs. Look what it says on the back here. At the start of your first turn of the duel, flip this card over and place it in your center spell and trap zone. Good to know. Now it reads, all Ancient Gear monsters gain 300 attack. Each time a monster is normal summoned or set, place 1 counter on this card. If you tribute summon an Ancient Gear monster face up, you can tribute this card instead, if the number of its counters is equal to or greater than the number of required tributes. So all in all, a very nice support card for the Ancient Gears, especially early game. Now let's move on to GEARTOWN. It reads, both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Pretty nifty, eh? And so, with Ancient Gear Beast, I just wanted to point out that with GEARTOWN on the field, Ancient Gear Beast basically becomes a free summon. And if need be, we can always tribute the Middle-Aged Mechs or Ancient Gear Castle. And then with Toon Ancient Gear Golem, fam, all you need to know is that it doesn't have that restriction that the other Ancient Gear monsters have, which is cannot be special summoned. We can special summon Toon Ancient Gear Golem. And just on a quick side note, Ancient Gear Knight can also be special summoned. So with GEARTOWN, we have 6 targets because, 3 Toon Ancient Gear Golems and 3 Ancient Gear Knights. And now let's review the star of the deck, Magical Hats. It reads, during your opponent's battle phase, choose 2 spell traps from your deck and 1 monster in your main monster zone. Special summon them as normal monsters, 0 attack, 0 defense, in face down defense position. Set the chosen monster if it is face up and shuffle them on the field. The 2 cards chosen from your deck are destroyed at the end of the battle phase and cannot remain on the field except during this battle phase. And now that we've reviewed all of the cards, let's move on to the strategy part. Now, before we begin, I just want to shout out to the veteran duelists that I know that you know that this strategy right here is very old school. But I just wanted to showcase this deck and this strategy for the newer speed duelists in the fam or the community, because as a new duelist, you're really looking to try different decks out. And I just wanted to showcase a deck that's very sacky or mega cheese, or what I mean by that is it's a very high risk, high reward deck. And we'll get into that when we get to the card analysis part of the video. But for now, I just wanted to point that out and let me show you how this deck plays, fam. Alright fam, so the main and primary strategy of this deck is Magical Hats. Plain and simple. Alright, so let's play this out. Okay, the opponent attacks us, we activate Magical Hats. So with Magical Hats, we are going to get 2 GEARTOWNs. Because remember, when GEARTOWN is destroyed, we can special summon any Ancient Gear monster from the hand, deck, or graveyard. How lethal is that though, really? So continuing with the play, we are going to shuffle all our face down monsters like a Magical Hats. Like, for those of you that have watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh, you all know what Magical Hats is, right? You know what it's all about. So here's the beautiful thing though, fam, about Magical Hats right here. Even if the opponent doesn't attack us after activating this, Magical Hats is gonna destroy our chosen spell or trap cards. So in this case, it's gonna destroy GEARTOWN, thus triggering GEARTOWN to activate its effect. And now with that, we can get two Ancient Gear Golems. Now the only thing about two Ancient Gear Golem is that it can't attack the turn it's summoned, but here's the thing, it's still the opponent's turn. We're still in their battle phase. So as you can see fam, we just brought out two 3000 beaters just like that, like it was nothing. How awesome is that? Or how cheesy is that, huh? And then come our turn, we can just proceed to run over everything. Goodbye opponent. Ancient Gear Fist for you. But I want to point out fam that there will be times wherein we draw into GEARTOWN, right? So that's where Double Cyclone will come in. It will help us still trigger GEARTOWN so we can get to an Ancient Gear Golem right away. So there you go fam, that's the strategy. Very short and sweet and simple, straightforward. This is actually a great deck for beginners if you ask me. Super fun to play. Card analysis. The skill card Middle Age Mechs, which is really Ancient Gear Castle, but in skill form. Now fam, I just want to say that I appreciate this skill card for the Ancient Gears so much because not only can we have a little attack boost, which turns Ancient Gear Knight into a 2100 attacker, that's very good. But the fact that we can use it as a tribute if we don't have GEARTOWN, it makes summoning the Toon Ancient Gear Golem and Ancient Gear Beast that much easier. And a very solid support card overall, so I dig it. And then we play the 3 Toon Ancient Gear Golem, the part of the main star of the deck, co-star of the deck should I say, because it goes in tandem with GEARTOWN and Magical Hats. Mega cheese right here. And then we play the 3 Ancient Gear Knight. This is just a good 4-star beater, nothing more, nothing less. And then we play 3 Ancient Gear Beast because again, more offense to the Ancient Gears, and the fact that Ancient Gear Beast has a nice little ability to negate monster effects that it destroys. So can't go wrong with that. And then we play the 3 GEARTOWN. Again, it's part of the combo. But the ability to summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute, turning Ancient Gear Beast into a free summon, and also the capability to be able to summon an Ancient Gear monster from anywhere, from the hand, deck, or graveyard when it's destroyed. Ooh, that's very lethal if you ask me. And then we play the 1 tech of Ancient Gear Castle because why not? It's very great support for the Ancient Gear monsters. And fam, I'd like to point out that my favorite thing about Ancient Gear Castle is that the opponent, in my experience, tends to overlook Ancient Gear Castle because they would rather use their back row removal on the other face downs that we have. And as they should, but sometimes it's the little things that get overlooked that help us win the duel and make the opponent lose. And then we play the 2 Double Cyclone. Now fam, this is to help add balance to the deck because as mentioned earlier, there will be times wherein we draw into a GEARTOWN. So Double Cyclone will help us not only bring out an Ancient Gear monster by destroying our GEARTOWN, but we can also pop in opponent's back row too. So it's a win-win in this deck if you ask me. And then we play the 2 Night Beam. Now fam, this is personal tech choice because in my experience with this deck or playtesting, the only problem this deck has is the opponent's back row. And the reason why I decided to go with Night Beam instead of Cosmic Cyclone is because this deck is a pure offensive deck. We don't play any defense, right? So in regards to Cosmic Cyclone, I want to keep my life points. I need every bit of life point that I can keep so that I can last in the duel, hopefully last in the duel longer. And then we play the 3 Magical Hats, the MVP of the deck. It's what makes the deck mega cheese, mega saucy, high risk, high reward, a tad bit conditional, but it is so worth it if we can pull it off. Okay, moment of truth time. Where does this deck rank on the power scale? In my humble opinion, this deck is casual. Now the reason why I say it's casual fam is because this deck has consistency issues. You know, not only do we not have a draw engine, but the fact that what if we draw into 2 GEARTOWNs, the Magical Hats is pretty much shot. That strategy is pretty much done for. But again, we have things to help balance that out with Double Cyclone and the 2 Ancient Gear Castle. So really fam, the only thing that's making this deck casual is consistency issues. But again, very high risk, very high reward, and super fun to pull off when you can. So there you go fam, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button, helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, your Speed Duel bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe because two things. One, I always play to win and I'll teach you how to win. And two, if you love Speed Duels, I'm sure you'll love me too, your Speed Duel bro. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.